Hey guys, and welcome to Love Recruitment's first tip update. I've got a little helper today. This is my son Jesse. Say hello, Jesse, to everyone. Hello. Hello. Thanks for joining us. So we are going to go through CV writing. So I'm going to very briefly sort of take you through the best way to format a CV, write a CV, the key things to look for, things to put in, things to avoid. And yeah, as always, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of these cool tips and obviously our job alerts as well that come up. So let's get straight into it. So before I actually get into the content, I'm going to talk about the length. 2 pages. So this is an example CV. So you're looking for 2 pages, 2 or 3 pages max. Okay, we don't need a 4 or 5 or 6 page CV. In all honesty, people aren't simply, they're not going to read it. They're going to look at the first 2 pages. They're going to look at your first page and go, is this person relevant to my job role? Yes or not? Yes or no? Okay, so remember that. So that's that. First of all, name. The top bit is your name and your details here. So as you can see, very, very simply, name at the top there. My name's obviously Joe Blogs, but name at the top there, nice and clear, looks professional. We don't need a 96 size word art with loads of different colors and things like that. It's just not necessary. Just your name, your location, your email, and your number. Make sure you put your location on there as well, because people want to check how far you are from the job. That is very important for some people. So do make sure you include that. So then we move on to the brief. Okay, so as you can see, your brief here, it doesn't need to be any longer than this. Probably four or 5 lines max. Just a little bit about you and what you're looking for. Now, it's very, very important you remember your CV is a journey. It's your journey through your career. It's not just slap on another role, slap on another role. It's about you taking your next step, improving as a manager, as a person, whatever you want to be. And it should lead into the role that you're expecting to get next. So very, very briefly here, just talk about what you've done, talk about where you want to go, and leave it very simple. Don't put in things like, I can work on my own, but I can also work in a team. We've seen it 100 times. People won't look for that sort of stuff. Any awards? So if you've got any relevant, I should say, awards, make sure they go in straight away so people can see them. I say relevant because look, I'm sure you're very proud of winning your cross country in year 6. You don't need to know that. Again, skills, any specific relevant skills. The fact that you can hold your breath for 30 seconds underwater. Again, we don't need to. We've seen some weird and wonderful things on there, but make them relevant, make them professional. Okay, and then we move into work experience. Okay, so this is obviously going to be the most important part. Make sure it's laid out very clearly, really smartly, very professionally. So as you can see, you have job role, you have the chain or whoever it is that you're working for, and then the date. Here you've got key responsibilities and achievements that are split into 2. Okay, so what we're looking for here is we are looking for 4 or 5 key responsibilities. What are you targeted towards? What are your KPIs? Make them specific and make them clear. You don't need to list every single thing that you are responsible for within a club. As a general manager, you are responsible for everything that happens within the club. We don't need to know that. It's what are you targeted to? What is on your JD? Now, moving on to achievements, again, 4 or 5 specific achievements. What are your proudest moments within your career within that particular role? Make them specific. Talk about numbers. Give examples. This is where people are going to want to see what you've done and how. Everyone can be a general manager, but what makes you different? Why are you the best general manager for this role? So tell us about that. Tell us about your experiences. As you can see, these are just made up numbers here, but successfully grew the membership from 832 to 2010 during a 7-month refurb. So what an incredible achievement, what incredible growth. Shout about it. Moving down. Again, so very similar setup for this particular role here. Again, your key responsibilities in there, key achievements, and then we're moving a little bit further down. So as you can see, as we move further down, responsibilities get less, achievements get less. That's because these roles at the top here are probably going to be most relevant to the role that you are actually going for. Again, we don't need to see what you've done in 2014, 2015 if it's not relevant, if it's going to be the same as what you've already put up above as well. And then we just go back. So putting down your career there, and going sort of back to your first role, or probably 10 years back, just to show. Make sure you explain any gaps as well. So if you've been traveling, if you've been out of work for whatever reason, put it in there. Don't be ashamed of it. Explain it. People would rather see that explained than just a big gap missing for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it is. So make sure you do get that in there as well. Some people like to put hobbies and things at the bottom. Again, absolutely fine to do. If you've got specific hobbies or anything you want to tell us about, great, put it in there. Get that on, but think about the length, think about the format and what it looks like. They're the main things that I think we all look out for. Obviously, if you do want to discuss it in any more detail, find me on LinkedIn, jump on our website, connect, drop me a message. I would be more than happy to help. But from us, that is us done for another week. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you from Jesse as well for helping me today. Thank you, mate. So guys, make sure you subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I think we'll probably be doing interview tips. So I look forward to seeing you then. Cheers.